Oh, you thought Love and Hip Hop was scripted drama. Nah, baby. This right here is real life and it just exploded in the messiest way possible. Mendeecees was caught on camera in a full-blown meltdown that makes every past scandal look like child's play. The footage is wild, the outbursts chaotic, and the internet in absolute shambles. And guess who finally decided to speak out? YandyCool.com, collected and dropping bombs like Beyonce, with receipts. So let's get into it. Why was Mendeecees screaming in public like someone just exposed his burner phone? What did Yandy say that had him flipping furniture like it's a reunion show? And why does Scrappy always appear like a side character with main character energy in everyone else's relationship fallout? We've got anonymous insiders, deleted IG stories, leaked hotel footage, and enough scandal to shut down an entire network. You might think you know what happened, but trust me, the real story is messier, uglier, and way more entertaining than anything VH1 ever dared to air. Get ready, because this attack didn't just go viral, it ripped the timeline in half. So picture this un-upscale rooftop lounge in the heart of Atlanta. Candles flickering, cameras lurking, and the city's who's who sipping overpriced cocktails like it's a scene straight out of a reality TV fantasy. But that fantasy came crashing down when Mendeecees, the same man who once wore matching outfits with Yandy and cried about loyalty on national television, completely snapped. And no, we're not talking about snapping a selfie. We're talking flipping tables, shouting like a preacher at Sunday service, and getting dragged out by security like he just robbed the place. The footage, let's just say it makes the Real Housewives look like a church picnic. It all started earlier that evening when Yandy and Mendeecees showed up like they were about to receive the Black Excellence Couple of the Year award. Yandy, flawless in a silver bodycon dress, barely looked at Mendeecees, who was more focused on his phone than the woman beside him. And that's when things started to unravel. Witnesses say the tension was thicker than Erica Mena's lip liner. Mendeecees kept checking his phone like he was waiting for a ghost to text him, while Yandy sat back sipping her drink like she was already over it. They hadn't even ordered appetizers yet, and you could tell something was off. But the real chaos didn't begin until Scrappy walked in. Yes, Scrappy, because of course it had to be Scrappy. The same man who's always knee-deep in other people's drama like it's a second job. The moment he stepped into the VIP section and gave Yandy that extra long, extra familiar hug, Mendeecees' whole vibe changed. He went from bored and distracted to alert and territorial like somebody just tried to steal his PlayStation. Scrappy said a few words, smirked, and walked off. But the damage had already been done. Yandy leaned over to Mendeecees and whispered something that made him slam his glass so hard the whole table jumped. According to a source seated nearby, he barked, "So that's what we're doing now." And Yandy, cool as a cucumber, said, "I don't know what you're talking about," with a smile that practically screamed, "Yes, you do." That's when things hit full detonation mode. Mendeecees stood up so fast he knocked over a bottle. "Don't play with me, Yandy," he growled. "Don't sit here and act like you don't know what's going on." And Yandy's reply? "If you're so pressed, why don't you go ask Scrappy?" The way this man's face turned red, you'd think someone just told him his Netflix account got hacked. He leaned in, trembling, and asked, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Yandy looked him dead in the face and said, "I think you know exactly what it means." That's when security started inching closer because Mendeecees' hands were visibly shaking. He reached out and grabbed Yandy's wrist, not hard, but just enough to make everybody watching go silent. Yandy snatched her arm back like he'd touched her with a live wire and said, "Don't touch me." And boom, Mendeecees lost it. He flipped, the entire table glasses flew, bottles shattered, and people screamed. He was yelling, "Who the hell do you think you are, Yandy? You think you can play me like this?" Security rushed in, trying to hold him back while Yandy stayed seated like she was unbothered at brunch. Then she dropped the bomb. She looked him dead in the eye and said, "Maybe you should have paid more attention." That line sent the whole place into chaos. Mendeecees was screaming her name, demanding answers, acting like he was about to tear down the walls of the lounge. And then, just when you think it couldn't get worse, Scrappy walked back in. Not hurried, not shocked. Just strolling in, like he was picking up a to-go order. And when Mendeecees saw him, it was like gasoline hit fire. "It's him, isn't it?" he shouted. "You've been seeing Scrappy behind my back." And Yandy didn't deny it. She just turned her head and said, "Maybe you should have stayed home more." Scrappy didn't flinch. He looked right at Mendeecees and said, "It is what it is, bro." Security held Mendeecees back while he lunged like a man possessed. Glass crunched under his feet, someone's purse got knocked over, and the whole lounge had officially turned into an episode of Cops. Behind the scenes, things were just as wild. Sources say Mendeecees called his lawyer before he even got home. He's allegedly planning to cut Yandy off financially, emotionally, and legally. He told a close friend, "She embarrassed me in front of the whole city. I'm done playing Mr. Nice Guy." Meanwhile, Yandy was allegedly spotted leaving the lounge with Scrappy. Not sneaking, not hiding arm in arm like they were proud of the mess they'd just made. Witnesses say they headed straight for a luxury hotel downtown with Wah. Scrappy opening the door for her like it was date night. And if that wasn't enough to set the internet on fire, Yandy dropped an Instagram story the next morning that had fans losing their minds. It was a boomerang of her in a car, passenger seat, hair laid, smirking, with Scrappy clearly driving. The caption, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." And just like that, social media exploded. Comments rolled in faster than a fight on reunion night. "Wait, see, she really with Scrappy now? Nah, this can't be real. Mendeecees must be somewhere punching the air." But the silence from Mendeecees' camp only made things worse. He didn't go online. He didn't issue a statement. He disappeared on. When a man like that disappears, you know he's planning something. Because according to insiders, this wasn't just a random fight. It wasn't a moment of weakness. This was a war declaration. A man scorned. A reality. Star ready to burn it all down, one leak at a time. While Yandy was out here smirking in Scrappy's passenger seat like she'd just won an award for most petty performance. Mendeecees was reportedly pacing around his house, phone in hand, chest heaving, replaying the entire scene in his head, like it was a horror movie. Sources close to the situation say he didn't sleep a wink. One insider claimed he kept mumbling, "She really did that, ... She really went there," like he still couldn't believe what he saw with his own eyes. But believe it he did, and the moment that belief sunk in, Mendeecees decided he wasn't just going to sit back and be Love and Hip Hop's latest meme. Oh no, he was going to flip the script. Word is he immediately contacted a high-profile Atlanta blogger known for taking down celebrities one scandal at a time. Within hours, that blogger posted a cryptic tweet. "The footage I just got. Y'all ain't ready?" And just like that, speculation went through the roof. Was there more footage from that night? Did Mendeecees have receipts? Turns out he did. Allegedly, he had been suspicious of Yandy for weeks and had hired a private investigator while he was out of town on business. And the findings? Let's just say if you thought Yandy and Scrappy were bold at the lounge, you haven't seen anything yet. The Pie reportedly captured them meeting at a spa, a private dinner in Buckhead, and even caught Scrappy sneaking into the back of a hotel while Yandy arrived through the front. If that wasn't messy enough, Mendeecees also allegedly has access to their shared business account transactions. And guess what? Yandy was apparently using joint funds to pay for her meetings with Scrappy. Fancy dinners, hotel bookings, even a suspicious flower delivery charge labeled "for my king." Not only was this betrayal personal, it was financial. And if Mendeecees proves this in court, it's not just a divorce. Potential fraud. But that's not even the half of it. One of Mendeecees' closest associates leaked a screenshot of a text message thread between Yandy and her best friend where she allegedly said, M is so blind he still thinks I'm faithful. I could be with Scrap every night and he'd never. Notice that message alone sent Twitter into flames. Not her calling him blind. Yandy really got no chill. Scrappy, of all people? Fans couldn't decide who was worse, Yandy for stepping out, or Scrappy for crossing a line so deep it might need its own border patrol. And let's not pretend Scrappy was just caught in the moment. This wasn't some harmless flirtation, according to another anonymous source from the Love and Hip Hop production team. Scrappy and Yandy's little rendezvous had been going on for months, allegedly. The crew was told to avoid filming anything that looked too friendly between them, because producers already sensed something was brewing but didn't want to blow the storyline too early. Translation: people knew. But no one said a word, and when Mendeecees found that out, he lost it all over again, because it wasn't just betrayal from his partner. It was betrayal from his circle, from the show, from everyone around him who watched this unfold in silence while he played the role of devoted husband. That's when Mendeecees made his next move. According to legal insiders, he is preparing to file a multi-layered lawsuit not just for divorce, but also for misappropriation of funds, emotional distress, and business interference. He's reportedly working with a team of attorneys and forensic accountants to trace every dollar Yandy spent on Scrappy. And if those texts and PI photos hold up, this case could become a headline-dominating circus. As if that wasn't enough, Mendeecees also reached out to Mona Scott-Jung, the mastermind behind Love and Hip Hop, and demanded a sit-down confrontation be added to the upcoming reunion episode. He allegedly said, "If I'm going down, the cameras better catch it. All of it." Mona, never one to waste good drama, agreed on one condition: it had to be raw, real, and on camera. No pre-rehearsed lines, no PR filters. Just messy, heartbroken, pissed off reality television. And guess who agreed to show up? Yep, Scrappy, the same man who smiled in Mendeecees' face just a few months ago. Now walking into a reunion ready for round 2. And Yandy, she's not just showing up, she's bringing backup. Insiders say she plans to walk in looking completely unbothered, dressed like she's attending the Met Gala, just to prove she's not shaken. But the truth is, behind the scenes, it's a different story. Multiple sources say Yandy has already consulted her own legal team. She's preparing her narrative, trying to spin the situation as one where she emotionally checked out of the marriage long ago and was only seeking comfort from someone who truly listens. And Scrappy is doubling down. He reportedly told a friend, "I didn't steal nobody's girl, she left on her own." That one line has already been turned into memes, TikToks, and remix songs online. It's a PR nightmare for Mendeecees. But it might be a branding boost for Scrappy because, let's be honest, controversy sells. And right now, they're the most talked about triangle in reality television. But it's not all glitz and viral fame. Mendeecees is still quiet on social media, but insiders say he's working on a full tell-all interview with receipts in hand and no mercy in mind. The interview is rumored to include screenshots, audio messages, and behind-the-scenes production. Notes that could completely destroy the curated image Yandy has built over the years. And if this interview drops before the reunion airs, it could unravel the entire storyline before Mona even gets a chance to monetize it. Yandy, Scrappy, and Mendeecees are all walking a razor's edge right now. And the audience, they're eating it up. Tweets are flying, blogs are spinning, and every platform from TikTok to YouTube is breaking down every frame of leaked footage, like it's the Zapruder film. What started as a lounge meltdown has now become a media firestorm, a public relations war zone, and a scandal with no breaks. As the storm rages on, producers at Love and Hip Hop are reportedly scrambling to capitalize on the chaos, fast-tracking shoots and rewriting scripts to ensure every ounce of drama gets caught on camera before the internet moves on to its next victim. But make no mistake, this isn't just reality TV gone wild. This is a full-blown personal and financial war between three people who were once smiling in each other's faces and now can't stand to be in the same zip code. Mendeecees, who's been operating in near total silence, is playing the long game. And insiders say he's assembling a press strategy designed to not only expose Yandy and Scrappy's betrayal, but also destroy their credibility in the public eye. The same man who once cried over his family on TV is now reportedly plotting a slow, devastating takedown that will unfold over weeks, starting with leaked DMs, emails, and footage never intended for the public. He's not just looking for sympathy, he's out for revenge. One source close to Mendeecees claimed he told them directly, "They didn't just embarrass me, they underestimated me, and now I'm about to show them why that was a mistake." Meanwhile, Yandy is still trying to paint herself as the victim of a neglected marriage. In a now-deleted Instagram Live, she tearfully told her followers, "You can't keep expecting someone to be loyal to a ghost. He was never there. Not emotionally, not spiritually. I did what I had to do to protect my peace." But that live didn't land how she expected. The comments were flooded with backlash. It's people calling her out for playing innocent when there's now literal video footage of her leaving a hotel with Scrappy. The top comment read, "Girl, peace don't live at the W Hotel," and it had over 50,000 likes in under 2 hours. The internet isn't buying the victim act anymore. And the more Yandy tries to shift the blame, the more receipts Mendeecees seems to quietly leak behind the scenes. Screenshots started circulating showing Yandy allegedly begging producers to edit certain scenes out of the reunion episode, threatening to walk off set if certain footage was aired. But Mona Scott-Young, knowing this kind of chaos is television gold, is reportedly refusing to budge. One insider said Mona knows exactly what she's sitting on. She's not cutting a second of it. In fact, she might be adding more cameras. As for Scrappy, he's doing what Scrappy does best, stirring the pot while pretending his hands are clean. He's been spotted making club appearances, joking about the situation on stage. And even posted a selfie with the caption, "Loyalty don't always come from where you expect it." Fans are split. Some think he's messy and out of line. Others think he just gave Yandy the attention she wasn't getting from Mendeecees. Either way, he's milking this moment for all it's worth. And it's working. His follower count is up. His name is back in headlines. And for once, he's not the one being dragged yet. But Mendeecees has one more card to play. According to a trusted source, he's recorded a diss track, yes, a full song, and it's not subtle. Right. Lyrics. ALLEGEDLY include lines like, "You smiled in my face while lying in his bed, thought I was blind, but I read what you said." The track reportedly names both Yandy and Scrappy directly, and Mendeecees has no intention of keeping it private. He's shopping it to major platforms, and if it gets picked up, it could flip the entire narrative once again. This isn't just a feud, it's a cultural moment. The love and hip-hop fandom hasn't seen a scandal this raw, this real, in years. What started as a relationship breakdown has evolved into a high-stakes media war, with careers, reputations, and livelihoods hanging in the balance. And the reunion episode, let's just say it's shaping up to be more explosive than anything the franchise has ever aired. Sources on set claimed there was screaming, crying, walk-offs, and a near physical altercation between Mendeecees and Scrappy that forced production to temporarily shut down filming. Yandy allegedly refused to return to set until security was doubled and her dressing room was moved to the other side of the building. Producers are leaking just enough to keep viewers guessing, teasing that this might be the last time all three of them appear on the same stage together. Fans are already speculating about who will be returning next season, and whether this scandal marks the end of an era for one of the show's most iconic couples. But behind the fame and the filters, the truth is, plain trust was broken, loyalty was shattered, and love was left bleeding in front of 100,000 likes. Mendeecees might have lost his cool that night, but what he's doing now? It's cold. calculated, and possibly career-ending for Yandy and Scrappy. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was public. And in a world where reputation is currency, Yandy's balance is in the red. As the cameras roll, the followers grow, and the receipts pile up. One thing is clear, this saga isn't just a storyline. It's a slow-motion implosion, and we're all watching the wreckage unfold in real time. Whether you're Team Mendeecees, Team Yandy, or Team They're All Toxic. One thing is undeniable, this scandal has taken love and hip-hop from guilty pleasure to full-blown Shakespearean tragedy. And the final act hasn't even aired yet. If you thought this was wild, just wait till the reunion episode airs, because this drama is far from over and the fallout is only getting messier. Do you think Yandy crossed the line? Or was Mendeecees emotionally checked out long before Scrappy ever entered the picture? Scrappy the villain? Or just the rebound? And do you believe Mendeecees will really release that diss track and blow this whole thing up even more? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we're watching everything unfold right along with you. If you love messy reality TV breakdowns, viral scandal exposes, and jaw-dropping celebrity drama, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single update. We've got all the receipts, all the reactions, and all the behind-the-scenes tea coming your way faster than Mendeecees flipping a table. And trust DC's only going to get hotter from here. So grab your popcorn, stay locked in, and get ready for the next episode of Chaos. 'Cause when it comes to love and hip-hop, nothing stays in the dark for long. Catch you in the next one.